I'm Tomohide Iwao from Kyoto University. We've investigated child abuse using health insurance claims database. Then I will start the presentation. There is no COI in this study. About 100 deaths from child abuse occur each year in Japan. But is it okay if the child is not dead? Don't you think there are cases that are comparable to death depending on the way of thinking? For example, serious illnesses with sequelae, and cases of repeated abuse. We decided to investigate such cases with real-world data. The reason for using real-world data is that, in addition to being based on actual medical care, there have been few cases in Japan where these data have been used to investigate child abuse. In this study, we decided to use the NDB, which is the National Database of Japan. The NDB mainly stores the health insurance claims data of insured persons, and since most of the people in Japan have insurance, more than 15 billion data have been accumulated from 2009 to the present. Since using the NDB directly requires robust equipment as a security requirement, we use the NDB sampling dataset this time. The NDB sampling dataset is randomly sampled data from the NDB for October medical information. This time, we used outpatient, inpatient, and DPC claims data. Incidentally, the DPC is the data of hospitals that play a central role in emergency in Japan. Then, it is a patient selection condition in this study. First, the insurer is under the age of 18. The second is an insured person who has been given the name of disease called battered child syndrome. Regarding the survey items, we investigated whether or not there was a serious illness. The definitions of serious illness in this study is that serious illness that seems to have been caused by child abuse or diseases that may cause it. According to the definition, we decided that it is reasonable to investigate a wide range of trauma. We investigated whether any impact of injury, poisoning, and other extrinsic factors or nervous system disorders, or eye, or musculoskeletal system and connective tissue, or skin and subcutaneous tissue was given by ICD-10 code. This is the number of claims with both battered child syndrome and trauma disease names. Among them, the number of serious illnesses is here. We also calculated the estimate value for each year. The estimates are inaccurate because it is not a 100% survey. It should be noted that there are likely to be a large number of cases with serious illness behind the death. Details of serious illnesses are as shown in this table. The data with an S to the right of the number is a case where the battered child syndrome and the serious illness were given on the same day. In short, it is very likely that it is a serious illness caused by child abuse. I will describe the limitation of this study. There are many cases of child abuse that actually occur in Japan without abused child syndrome. Moreover, Some children may not be diagnosed with bad child syndrome even if they are taken to a medical institution. Second, the sampling data used this time is only one sampling data from the NTB, so it is not suitable for performing detailed statistical analysis. As for the consolation of this study, as I mentioned earlier, this study focused on people with the name of the abused child syndrome. Therefore, it is reasonable to think that there's more child abuse actually occurring in Japan. The same applies to serious illness that accompany it. Finally, I will summarize our study. As mentioned above, there can be a considerable number of terrible abuses, so there is a need to understand the current situation and take measures against child abuse. Although this research has various limitations, it seems that the usefulness of the survey using real-world data has been demonstrated. Thank you so much for your kind attention.